All right, in this video, I'm going to break down the future of my $203,000 auto detailing business. Let's get into it. All right, so when I first started, I kind of stumbled into this. So I started it in college. The summer we got kicked out for COVID, I worked at Domino's all summer, got burnt out of that, eventually quit that, saved up a little bit of money, had like a month before school started back again. So I was thinking, how can I make just a little bit of side money? Maybe I cleaned my car out. Maybe I could clean some people around my neighborhood. So at a party, one of my friends, I was telling him this idea I had for this business, and he wasn't giving me the time of day. And I kind of took it personally, and I was like, screw this guy. Like, this is going to work. So I printed out flyers. I ordered them at the party. They got delivered to my house the next day or maybe 2 days later. I went around my neighborhood and put them on everybody's mailbox. And then I got like 5 or 6 people around my neighborhood, and I was charging nothing. I was charging like 50, 75 bucks. And it was just a basic car wash, like not even a detail. Did a few of those. They told their friends. I started doing more until I was booked up every day until school started. And when school started, I started doing Facebook ads and just trying things. I was just throwing things at the wall, hoping they stuck, right? But it worked. Like I detailed all the way through those first few months of school. When I wasn't in class, I eventually hired a friend of mine to go detail when I was in class and he wasn't. We kind of like rotated, and it was working. Again, I still wasn't charging very much. And I played basketball in college. So when the season started, I stopped because I was focusing on that. But then the whole season, I was planning and brainstorming to start it back as soon as the season ended in the spring. So in the spring, started detailing again, and I'd already been planning it, right? So I had like a whole customer list. I was like, all right, I'm going to text them as soon as it's done. And a lot of them got another detail because it had been like 9 months or whatever. So I got them. I started looking into Google Ads. I started Google Ads, got a better CRM software, just kind of made it a little bit more professional. And I learned how to do ceramic coatings in the meantime. So we started marketing those, and I did a few of those. And I remember waking up at 8 a.m., a little bit hungover in college, and I almost didn't answer this phone call, but I got out of bed, answered it in my underwear. It's like, hey, Bright Mobile Detailing, how can I help you? It was a lady. Gave her the whole spiel for the ceramic coating, and she just said, and it was for our platinum program at the time, which was $2,500 for the year. And she just said, okay, yeah, do I pay now or do I pay later? And I was like, yeah, you can pay now. Took her credit card right there, made $2,500 at 8 a.m. as a college senior, and it was the best moment ever. That's when I really knew I was doing this full time after I graduated. I never really looked for a job. I just always planned on doing this once I started making money. I was like, I'd rather control my time and control my money income wise. Like, I don't want to wait for somebody to give me a raise. I'd rather just me go out and make more money, right? You get what you put in a business, right? That you own. If you have a job, it's kind of just like, come in, clock in, you do good, we'll give you a raise in a couple years. So I liked that part of it as well. And I always kind of wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always knew that, just didn't know what vehicle I'd be in. So fast forward a little bit, I hired my first employee right after I graduated, and she was doing the details for me, and I just had one person. Eventually, we got busier and busier, but not quite busy enough to hire a second person. The real thing that grew my business was I started optimizing all my Google business listings, right? That easily 4x my business, and I'm going to make a video about how exactly I did this. It's coming up probably next week, but that was the biggest thing that took my business to the next level. I got a mentor, also a guy that was out of Portland. And he was, he didn't go to college. He started detailing 4 years before me. So he was just ahead of me, which is a perfect mentor. You just need somebody who's right ahead, like a few steps ahead of you. That way, like, they've paved the road for you. They know all the problems you're about to run into, and they can walk you through it, how to get through it as well. So implemented and I learned better marketing. I was doing better optimized Google Ads. I had a better CRM software where we were keeping track of our customers. Our detailing services were better, and we were charging a lot more. So I could pay my employees a lot more. All that combined, that's when it kind of took off, and I started making, multi 6 figures a year. And it wasn't overnight, right? It was, over a few months, I started noticing, wow, these numbers are getting a lot bigger. We're doing $15,000, $20,000 months. This is a real thing now. And then I was all in at this point, obviously. So that's where I am now currently, right? I have 2 full-time employees. They detail Monday through Friday. They both do 2 a day. So we're doing, multi-$100,000 years. That's just detailing as well. We do ceramic coating, mobile ceramic coatings as well. That also helps get us to that point. because those are high ticket options. That takes one day, do a ceramic coating, $1,000, $2,000. So at the point I'm at right now, I'm super, super happy with where the business is. And again, y'all heard my story of how I got into it. I kind of just stumbled into it, right? I have no passion for detailing cars at all, right? I don't love it. It is purely a business to make me money, right? I don't care about auto detailing. I care about the business and entrepreneurship, marketing. I like the workings of the business. I don't care for, actually the minute little details of detailing a car. Obviously, you have to know those things and you have to deliver a good service or the whole business just falls apart. So we have those things, but I don't focus on, how do I cut off 5 more minutes from this detail, like that kind of thing anymore. It's more, how do I, 10x my business again, is where I'm at now. So for the future, really the decisions I'm making are about the future. There's 2 options in my head that I'm contemplating. The first one is opening a second location, right? So maybe Atlanta. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. Maybe Atlanta, maybe Nashville, even Huntsville, Alabama would work. That city is growing a lot. Even Chattanooga, which I have family there. I like Chattanooga a lot. It's a similar market to Birmingham, kind of a small city, but enough people to sustain a business. That's the first option, and that would require me to hire a manager here, manager there, and then I would be the work between for both of those guys, and that would work, right? But what I'm more likely to do, and this I haven't decided, but what I'm more likely to do is probably just sell this business because I love entrepreneurship, right? And I know that if I was more passionate about the business, I could take it a lot further, right? Like the fire about this business just isn't that big. I mean, I like it. Like obviously it supports me, makes me money. I've been doing it for over 4 years now. So I like the business, but I think my next business is going to be something I'm more passionate about, more excited about. I think a detailing business is a great business. Like if you like detailing, even if you don't, it's still a great business. It's cash, it's home service, it's easy to get into. And you can scale it to multi 6 figures pretty easily. You just got to find the right guys to hire that stay with you for a long time. And then you're set, right? Then it's just, marketing, selling more ceramic coatings, booking your schedule full. And it's a feasible business there. And I'm not dogging auto detailing businesses. Obviously I have one, I like it, but my next business is going to be more something that is aligned with me and my interests. Is just what I'm thinking right now. So I think in the future, probably sell this one, not anytime soon, maybe, a few years from now, sell this business, start something else, probably start it before I sell this business, honestly. But that's kind of the side I'm leaning toward. And, depending on how hands off the business I get, the more multiple you get for selling it. It's normally a revenue multiple. Home service businesses, I've talked to a broker before. They said anywhere from like 1.5 to 3%, 3 times, depending on how out of the business I am. So you just multiply your revenue by that much. And that's, normally the rough estimate. I mean, there's some details in there, but a rough estimate for the sale price. That's the side I'm leaning toward. And that's also a really exciting part of this business is you can sell it, right? It's a physical asset that another big detailer can buy or another service business can buy and add into theirs. Maybe they have a shop and they want to add on mobile. I have a whole mobile business right now that's doing multi 6 figures. So you can just take mine, plug it into your business and grow those together, So I like that aspect as well. It's a real tangible business that you can sell. And, if I change my mind, I'd always start a second one and sell both of them together. And that would just make the revenue multiple even bigger, right? So that's really what I've been toying between. I thought y'all would like to hear kind of my thought process, where I came from, how I grew, and what I'm thinking about for the future. And just kind of maybe excite you a little bit about your detailing business and the future of your business. If you haven't thought about where you're going in the long game, this would be a good time to think about it. Do you want to start a second one? Do you want to just expand your one and just have one? Or do you want to sell it eventually? I mean, you can pass this business down to your kids, and really do whatever you want with it. It's your business. I'm just telling you, my thought process is I'm probably going to lean on selling it eventually. But yeah, if you have any questions about, growing your detailing business, selling it, opening a second location, I can, give you my 2 cents about that. But you can also go to the links below in the description. I have a free group for all auto detailers. We bounce around ideas. I have free marketing trainings in there as well. And then we have our paid group as well, where I help everybody get to $10,000 a month minimum. Go check those out if you're interested, and I'll see y'all in the next video.